He didn't know he was being recorded. He didn't know that the words slipping from his mouth would one day bring justice for the dead. In a small town haunted by an unsolved murder, a secret audio recording would finally reveal the chilling truth. Imagine holding the key to justice in your pocket, while pretending not to tremble. Imagine staring into the eyes of your sister's killer and pretending everything is fine. That's exactly what Danielle Linwood did the night she recorded her sister's killer confessing to murder, without him knowing. This wasn't a movie. This was real, and it would shake a town to its core. Welcome back to True Crime Hub, the place where silence is shattered and secrets don't stay buried. Today, we tell the story of Tyler Deacon and the murder of Jessica Linwood, a case that sat cold for months until a drunken whisper was caught on tape. This story isn't just about a murder. It's about family, justice, and the lengths one woman went to expose the truth. Harrison, Arkansas is nestled in the Ozarks, a town of just under 14,000 people. It's the kind of place where everyone knows your name and folks still wave at each other from passing trucks. Jessica Linwood was one of Harrison's bright lights. She taught third grade at Wilson Elementary, coached the girls' soccer team on weekends, and volunteered at the animal shelter. She was known for her kindness, her laugh, and her belief that even the most troubled kids deserved a chance. On the morning of June 2nd, 2015, Jessica didn't show up for work. Her friends thought maybe she overslept. But when she missed a faculty meeting and wasn't answering her phone, concern turned to fear. Her car was found parked in her driveway. Her purse was inside. Her phone was dead on the kitchen counter. But Jessica was gone. 3 days later, a pair of hikers found her body in a dry creek bed on the outskirts of town. She had been strangled. Her face was bruised. There were defensive wounds on her hands. Someone had fought her, hurt her, and then left her like trash. The town was stunned, heartbroken, scared, and as the shock settled, rumors began to swirl. Tyler Deacon was a name that came up more than once in hushed conversations. He and Jessica had dated for 3 years before their volatile breakup. Tyler was the town's golden boy turned question mark. He'd been a high school football star, homecoming king, and prom royalty. But after high school, he didn't leave town. Instead, he floated from job to job, carpentry, landscaping, bartending. Always charming, always quick with a smile, but always on edge. Their breakup had been messy. Friends recalled late-night arguments, unexplained bruises on Jessica's arms, and a protective order that had been filed and quickly dropped. Tyler insisted they were just passionate. Jessica stopped talking about him altogether. Police questioned him early on. He said he was fishing alone at Norfolk Lake the night Jessica disappeared. He even showed them old bait receipts and a time-stamped selfie. It wasn't airtight, but it was something. With no other suspects, the case grew cold. But Jessica's family refused to let her memory fade. Danielle Linwood had always looked up to her big sister. Jessica was her role model, her best friend, and the person who encouraged her to finish college. Danielle was devastated by the murder, but grief quickly hardened into determination. She launched a Facebook page called Justice for Jessica, organized community walks, and handed out flyers at gas stations. She also started attending police briefings and town council meetings, often pushing officials to keep the investigation alive. Privately, Danielle suspected Tyler from day one. But suspicion wasn't enough. She wanted evidence, and she would get it the only way she knew how. She began recording everything: calls with Tyler, run-ins at the grocery store, even chance encounters at local events. She kept a burner phone in her purse, always charged, just in case. Then came the night of February 10th, 2016, a year after Jessica's death. Tyler walked into Malone's bar just after 11 p.m., already buzzed. Danielle was sitting in a booth. She hit record. Danielle played it cool. "Ty, it's been a while. Mind if I buy you a drink?" He smirked. "You always were the nice one." They talked for over an hour. About old times. About Jessica. And then, as the bar cleared out, Tyler leaned in close. "She screamed," he said. "Cried like a little girl. Told me she was sorry." Danielle blinked. "What?" "Jess. That night. She said she still loved me. That we could try again. But I couldn't trust her. Not after what she did." Danielle's hands shook beneath the table. The phone was recording. "So I ended it." Tyler sipped his drink. "No one saw. No one heard. I made sure of that." Danielle excused herself, left the bar, and ran to her car. She played the recording back 3 times before calling the police. She expected cheers, handcuffs, a quick trial. Instead, She got hesitation. The police said the recording might not hold up in court. It was taken without Tyler's knowledge. Could be challenged. Might be dismissed. Danielle refused to accept that. She hired a private attorney. Released a portion of the tape online. Within hours, it went viral. Local news picked it up. Public pressure mounted. The DA reopened the case. A search warrant was issued. The warrant allowed investigators to search Tyler's home. It looked normal. Tidy. Almost staged. But in the garage, beneath a dusty set of weight plates, they found a section of loose flooring. Inside, Jessica's necklace. Her favorite hoodie, stained with something dark. A box of mementos. And a spiral notebook. The journal detailed his thoughts after the breakup. She made me feel small. Like I didn't matter. Like she didn't remember the promises we made. Sometimes, I dream I'm strangling her again. It was damning. The trial began in September 2016. National media arrived. The courtroom was packed every day. The prosecution played the audio for the jury. Tyler's voice, so casual, so cold, echoed through the room. The defense argued entrapment. Said he was role-playing. That Danielle baited him. But the physical evidence, the diary, the necklace, was too much. Witness after witness testified to Tyler's controlling behavior. The restraining order. The late-night arguments. Danielle took the stand. Played the full recording. Described how she risked everything. After 6 days of deliberation, the jury found him guilty of first-degree murder. Life without parole. Danielle later said, "I was terrified. But I kept thinking, what if Jessica had done this for me? I couldn't stop. I couldn't let him win." She became an advocate for victims' families. Spoke at rallies. Helped others learn how to document safely and legally. She still lives in Harrison. Still visits Jessica's grave every Sunday. On the headstone are the words, "Your voice was taken, but mine will never be." This story is a reminder that even in the darkest moments, truth can rise. That courage sometimes looks like pressing record when your hands are shaking. If this story moved you, share it. Comment below. Do you think secret recordings should be admissible in court? Or does justice come at the cost of privacy? Like, subscribe, and always remember, here at True Crime Hub, the truth has a way of speaking, even when no one knows it's listening.